This is Demia Avery with the Demia Avery Show, the industry. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm sorry I've been gone for a week. I know you guys have been joining in and wanting to see who we have next, but today, this is going to be so great. Today's guest is someone I know a little different than most because I don't just know the agent, I know the woman behind the agent. Gerra Avery is a talent agent and the driving force behind the Avery Agency, a licensed, bonded SAG-AFTRA franchise boutique agency that has spent over 20 years building a reputation for what they call bookable, professional, and undeniable talent. What began as Avery Sisters Entertainment has grown into a respected Southeast agency with strong casting relationships and connections with agents and managers in New York and LA, and boutique is intentional. Gerra believes in knowing her actors, their talent, their goals, and who they are as people, not simply having names on a roster. The agency's talent has appeared in projects including It, Welcome to Derry, Chicago PD, Ironheart, Peacemakers, The Ovals, Sisters, and so much more, along with commercial and voiceover work. She's known for being a stern, passionate, and fiercely protective of her actors. But behind the tough agent exterior is someone who genuinely loves educating, encouraging, and advocating for talent. And today we're going to meet that Gerra, the agent, the mentor, the woman behind the business, and maybe even the side of her that most people have never seen. Welcome, Gerra. Welcome.
Hey,
Hey. I'm so glad we've never done this before.
know it. I know it. I know it. I'm trying to like turn my face so that the glare doesn't do what it's gonna do. So I'm like this, like, yeah, that was great. But that introduction, oh my goodness, I'm important or something.
You are important. You are. I had to do it. I had to do it. I want
See that.
everybody to
You compelled.
know. Now, if you guys don't
I'm gonna take
know,
these off. Go ahead.
okay, if you guys don't know, not only is she my business partner, Gerra is my sister. So this is so special to have this today, and I think you're going to get a chance to see how we communicate. We got to come out of our little
Lord,
professional tones just a little bit, just a little bit.
oh, yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to start off with. So, Gerra, you've been doing this a long time.
Correct.
Long enough to know talent isn't always enough. What does an actor have that makes you say, I can build something with this person? What do you think that would be?
Well, I mean, it has a lot to do with the actor being connected to being a human being.
Hmm.
As agents, we look for the truth. We look for the validity of the soul. We look for people who just come correct and come as they are.
Hmm.
That's very important. So when I see that, that's the first thing I see in a person, period.
Yeah.
And then when after the acting starts or whatever, I don't want to see that you're acting. I want to see that you're being yourself.
Mhm.
And that's what you bring differently to every role because it's uniquely you. And that's why I signed you in the first place. Because I'm
Right.
like, this person, this person can only be this person.
Yeah.
Even if it's one line, even if it's two lines or whatever, you're the only one that can bring that energy to that force.
Hmm.
So that's why I picked you to begin with.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's how that happens. And then, looking a certain way and having a character look or a good looking or, whatever look you got or whatever that goes with that personality. Um, you know, it holds hands and we just go forward with all of that. But yeah, first thing, I got to see you being a human being.
That's right. Now, agents are supposed to believe in their actors, but have you ever had a moment or a person you believed in more than they believed in themselves? So what do you do with that?
All day
Mhm.
long. I mean, it's like actors are they are a bunch, I tell you what. So they constantly they believe in themselves, they believe in themselves, they believe in themselves, and then uh don't let them book, don't let them get called in,
Mhm.
don't let something happen negative to them, and all of a sudden they stop believing And, the reason you have an agent to begin with is because I believed in you from the start.
Right.
But the thing is, the problem with that is that actors don't talk to their agents every single day. We don't communicate every single day. But from the agent side of things, we do,
Yeah.
because I'm constantly seeing your picture, constantly seeing your reel, constantly seeing this, constantly seeing that. So I believe in you just as much as I did the first time I signed you.
Yeah.
Where actors don't connect that because all they're getting is no, 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 no.
Right. Right.
So you see what I'm saying? So they see that from that side of stuff, but actor has to believe in the fact and believe in their agent and believe in themselves, but it's also our job to uplift them, because I can hear certain types of speak and certain types of language in their emails or their phone calls or whatever, and I know I have to pick up the phone at that point because they're not, because they're about to jump off a ledge. Like
Yeah.
I talk to actors all the time who are basically about to jump out the window,
Hmm.
and you know what I'm saying, all the time.
Yeah.
Um, but that's just how they are because they put their hearts on their sleeves, and they put their souls out there. And it's a vulnerable situation for them.
Okay.
And it's our job as agents to talk them off the ledge, so to
Right.
speak.
Right. Now, speaking of that, I'm gonna get a little messy from the start, a little messy.
Okay.
Okay, so what's something actors think agents are doing behind the scenes that y'all absolutely are not doing?
Well, what we're not doing
Mhm.
is, if you don't have the correct materials, if you don't have the correct, because we come after you all the time. We need these pictures, we need this, we need this, da, 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 da.
Mhm.
So I'm not going to pitch you off the chain if you're not helping me pitch you.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
not doing that. And
Hmm.
I actually make that very clear to actors.
Right.
And I'll tell them that. I'm like, okay, so you got gray hair now, or, you got this goatee now, this and that and the third, or, you were 10 and now you're 15. I'm not going to pitch you and I'm not going to push you in front of casting directors because it's like falsifying documents. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So they're like, who is this when they get in front? So no, we don't push, especially after we're pushing you to do XYZ. That's
Right.
why it's very important for actors to update their materials at all times, because I mean, we're working with the canvas that you give us,
Right.
so I'm not going to push you, that kind of a thing. I don't know if I answered your question or if you want
But
more.
that does answer the question. We're not going to push you if you didn't do everything that you were supposed to do in the first
Correct.
place. So
Correct. So
that's pretty much
yeah,
how.
I'm
Yeah.
not losing my mind over you if you're not gonna, you know what I mean, if you're not gonna help yourself.
Right. Right.
It's not help me, it's help you. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that actors lose sight of that. Uh,
Uh-huh.
it's all about them helping themselves. And it's not, all of a sudden you have this agent and now I can like disappear. Or all of a sudden I have this agent and I got to stop hustling. Or all
Right.
of a sudden I have this agent and it's all over and it's all up to her or him or whatever.
Right.
And you know what I mean? You have to understand that once you get an agent, you got to keep them.
Yeah. Oh,
You know
there
what I'm
you
saying?
have it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of actors don't recognize that, and then they get really frustrated with the process and the situations going at hand, especially in this market in this industry right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like it's not, if I don't, if you don't make money, I don't make money, and it's not about all. It's not really about all that. For me, it's about if casting directors are calling you in.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're getting constantly called in, if you're getting constantly, looked at and that sort of thing, that means that that particular or those particular casting directors are actually paying attention to you.
Yeah.
And that's all I could ask for. And again, this market is so skinny right now. You know what I mean? Like it'll start out, for Monday and Tuesday, it's like, yay. And then Wednesdays, Friday, oh,
Oh.
you know what I mean?
But you know
And you're
what?
like, what?
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna flip it a little bit because this is something that I hear all the time too.
Okay.
You submit an actor over and over.
Yeah.
Casting isn't calling them in. They're training, their materials are strong, they're doing everything right. At what point do you change like the strategy and what can an agent actually do?
Well, what we can do, because it's like one thing about casting directors, they're different.
Mhm.
So it's like you might have this casting director this way, this casting director this way. So let me say, for example, one casting director might see actor as a security guard,
Okay.
where another casting director might see him as a father. The other casting director might see him as a fireman.
Hmm.
The other casting director. So when they're getting constantly called in for, you know what I mean? So we kind of find out what the casting directors want per cast. I'm sorry, we kind of find out what the casting directors want per actor.
Right, right.
So, you know what I mean? So it's like sometimes I know that some of the actors are like, gosh, I'm constantly being called in for the security guard,
Hmm.
FBI agent, FBI. And I'm like, this is how that casting director sees you.
Right,
You
right.
know what I mean? This is how they see you. So the strategy with that is to go with what they see you as,
Hmm.
because they're more than likely are going to hire you for
They're
that.
going to book you, probably book
Right.
you for that. Yeah,
Yes, because that's how they see you.
yeah.
And then, in time, once you start booking for XYZ with them because they trust you that way,
Right.
I can come in later and say, hey, but this casting director saw him as the dad and,
Hmm.
or the bad guy. And
Right.
here is the tape for that.
Hmm.
And they can see him in a whole new light.
Yeah, because first you got to get him to trust you to do good things, get him to trust you and all of that. Then you come in when like, okay, well now that I trust him, I know that person is going to do an excellent job no matter what it is that they do.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
got it.
That's the strategy.
Okay,
That's the strategy. So that's why I try to tell actors, I'm like, go with who you are first.
yeah,
But go with who the casting director thinks that you are. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Because that's where they go,
yeah.
first. And then after a while, we could flip the script. We could do something different, but
Mhm.
let them book you and trust you and get you on set and all this other good stuff. And
Right.
let me push you other ways.
Yeah.
But right now, let's push the way they want. That's what
Mm.
they see. That's how they're going to hire you. That's how they're going to pitch you. That's how they're going to do this, to production or whoever's in charge.
Yeah.
So,
Now, question. What do you think the difference between an actor who says my agent isn't doing anything for me and an actor who understands how this business actually works?
okay, it's very important.
Hmm.
That's why I tend to lean to uh, sign actors that are with acting schools and have coaches and so forth and so
Because
on.
they
So
already
on.
kind of had some knowledge, right? Okay.
Yes, because they already know, because the coaches are usually 100%. Well, I'm gonna say usually uh they're 100% actors themselves.
Okay.
So they understand the industry. So they tell them the ins and outs, what's going on. So they prepare the actor before they come to the agent, and they let them know, what's up before you get to the agent. So you don't have all these preconceived notions that are just, out of the blue,
Hmm.
whatever you're making up or whatever. So when they come to us, they're like, okay, we already know this part, that kind of a thing. And
Right.
like I said before, the best actors are hustlers. And then, they can confide in their coaches and their, taping services or whomever, this kind of thing, blah, 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 blah. And when they come to us, they already got it.
Yeah.
It's more important to me that you come trained, uh, ready for battle, as
Right.
opposed to somebody who just like, and I don't mind whatsoever. I'm not saying that, because there's several actors that I have plucked, straight
That's
from.
fresh. Yeah, that's fresh.
Right, and I have
Mhm.
no problems with that, but I have to train them. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
And
right.
it's not a problem, but the ones who are amenable to that are the ones who last. But the
Mhm.
ones who are not, they don't, because
Mhm.
they are, insistent in their head about something else. And I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
And I try and I try and I try, and I'm like, okay, well, this is not going to work out. It's not going to work.
Yeah. Well, I guess the ones that you pick, kind of fresh, really just started, but you see so much talent and
Right.
everything in them. I guess the best thing I would think to say, and you can back me up on this, is really if you know that you're fresh, you're new to this game, learn as much as possible about it so that you won't be taken aback things
You're
like
right.
okay.
You're completely right. Like, cause so that's what I said. Like when I because I usually pick from referrals because that's the best place for me.
Hmm.
Because like I said, they're trained and they know better from their acting coaches and their the industry and their whatever. But you do have the hungry ones that have been submitting themselves for years and want to learn, want to this and that and the third. And I dig into them a little bit harder because I have to. Um,
Hmm.
but I can't even remember what I was talking about with you. What was that?
We were
What was
just talking about them being able to, if they're green and stuff like that,
Oh,
that
all right.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I don't like I said, I don't mind green. I do not at all because the sometimes the green ones are the fresh ones, of course,
Hmm. Hmm.
and they bring, believe it or not, fresh perspective to the character because they're not so jaded.
Yeah, yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's like, so I enjoy looking at that process. I just have to harness it a little bit
Right.
and then rein them in a little bit and then say,
Hmm.
okay, well, this time
Hmm.
try this or whatever. So that's why with the tapings that I do, because I watch every tape, of course.
Hmm.
Um, when they put their tapings in, like let's just say it's due, what's today? What's today?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. So I'll say is due, on Friday when it's actually due Thursday.
Hmm.
And then I'll keep an eye out on them
So
and
you can, right. So you can make sure that everything is what
right.
it's supposed
And
to
I'll
be.
go, okay, so you know what? They'll be like, no, it's due on Thursday at 12. I'm like, no, it's not.
I
That's
don't
my
know.
deadline.
Maybe you shouldn't have released that secret. Now everybody
Oh
gonna
man, that'll start some mess.
Oh, that is so funny.
That was a secret.
That's
Dang.
a secret.
Yeah. I mean, I do that because I have to have room for error.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If there's if something goes down, and I'll be like, okay, this wasn't right, that wasn't right. We need to do this. We need to retake this. We need to, da, 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 da. And then they'll be like, oh, and I'm like, you got until Friday at 12. You just didn't realize it.
Right, right,
You know what I
right.
mean? That kind of a thing. And then the veterans at the agency, they know I do that already.
Yeah.
So they're very happy,
Now we
when
gotta think of something different for them now. We're gonna
I gotta come up with a whole new strategy. Dang. I'm letting my secrets out.
you
Look,
let your
look.
speakers out.
Oh man, did my camera move?
They moved a little bit. That's all right.
All right, I'm sorry. Look, I'll be talking this stuff. Okay, but hold on. Wonder Woman back there, you see her?
Ooh, okay.
Who gave me that?
Okay, because you fight so hard for them and people they don't know that. What makes this more personal to you than contracts and commissions and bookings and stuff like that?
Because I believe in the actor. Go back
Mhm.
to go back to one. I
Yeah.
believe in the actor. So the contracts, the missions, and the what is the last thing you said? The word the commission.
Hmm.
Um, all of that is it's a byproduct.
Hmm.
So it's like I have to believe in you first.
Yeah.
So if I don't believe in you first, you know what I mean? Well, what's the point of the rest?
Right.
So that means more to me than all of that. So it's like, yeah, I mean, one thing about actors, you need to realize that their job is to audition. It's not to book, it's to audition.
Hmm.
Just go in there, show your thing, do your thing, and audition and be your best self and be honest and show them the truth, your truth, how you feel that day, etc., etc. You do all that kind of stuff and everything's fine.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? I mean, of course, we want them to book, they want to book, but it's really not the point. Your
Yeah.
point is that you're sharing your craft and you're sharing your truth and you're putting yourself out there, you're putting your heart on the sleeve, you're putting your soul out there, all that groovy stuff, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
That's the part right there.
Yeah.
So it's like very exciting for me when they actually book something.
I know.
You know what I mean? It's very exciting for me because I saw the audition, and
Yeah.
usually I can kind of tell you when you're going to get a call back, and I can kind of
You're
tell you,
pretty on it pretty much. Because
yeah,
I hear you when you say she gonna get a call back. He gonna get a call back.
I can tell. I've
Hmm.
been doing this for so freaking long. And you know what I mean? And I don't give out compliments that often or that easy. But when I see it, I go, whoa, 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 whoa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I go, uh-oh, this person's about to get a call back.
Mhm.
And and I'll go, great job, or this and that. And even if they don't, that I'm sure they were at the top somewhere
Yeah.
because I can tell, you know what I mean? Like I've developed a skill where I can actually have the sound down
Hmm.
and I don't have to hear you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can feel you.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just sitting there like listening to Ring My Bell. And I'm
While
sitting there
they're
looking,
doing their thing.
sitting there listening to my music, and I'm sitting there like, whoa, what was that? I go, wow, let me cut the sound up. You know what I mean? That kind of a thing. I can tell, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can tell something's going on there.
Mhm.
So yeah, I've developed a little sixth sense or whatever when it comes to actors and watching their videos and such. But yeah,
Yeah.
and I tell you all the time. I
I
was
know
like,
you do.
yeah. I'd be like, girl, what? You know what I mean? That kind of
Mhm.
thing.
I hear you guys that's watching, I hear her say sometimes so and so did such an amazing thing. And she'd be like, I didn't even listen to it. I'd be like, well, how you
How you
know?
know about it?
I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this. Let's say two actors are equally talented.
Okay.
One is phenomenal but difficult.
Yeah.
The other is talented, prepared, kind, dependable, and everybody loves working in. Who are you betting on for the long game and why?
Ah, man, you know what? Okay, so it's like the same thing as dealing with an agent. Like, we don't want to deal with difficult people. We like prepared, we like conscientious, we like prudence. I don't know, whatever the words you just said.
Mhm.
We like those type of actors as opposed to something being difficult. Now, let me admit, like in the beginning of my career, I would pick actors based solely on their talent.
Mhm.
But you can't do that.
Yeah.
Honestly, you can't. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Mhm.
So, based solely on their talent, a lot of them were difficult. Some of them were drunk on set. Some
Oh.
of them were, some of them had like issues,
Mhm.
but they were like, phenomenal actors and all this groovy stuff. But you can't pick them on that. They have to have all these other characteristics
Mhm.
that go with it because you have to have the casting director, the showrunner, the director, and all these things that all these components that's going to call them back
Yeah.
because so somebody difficult and then you know what that falls back on me
Yeah.
like I'm gonna let that loose anyway. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You know what I'm saying? So as agents, we're the gatekeeper of this information. We're the gatekeeper of these actors and their careers. We're the gatekeeper of their auditions. We're the gatekeeper of all these things. So I'm not going to let anything that's going to reflect on the Avery agency
Right.
that's negative whatsoever.
Right.
That's just not going to happen. You know what
Mhm.
I mean?
Right.
So, but yeah, all day long, I will pick an actor who tries really hard, that stays professional, that puts his tape, his her tapes on time, and that really works hard. As opposed to somebody who is just like a phenomenal actor, because I don't want to deal with that. And
Right.
if I don't want to deal with
Nobody
that,
wants to deal with it.
the
Yeah.
set's not going to deal with
That's
that.
right.
You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So it's like, it's very important that harness
Hmm.
all that beautiful energy that you have
Right.
and make it more professional, that kind of a thing, because I'm gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get you.
Yeah.
You
Now,
know,
what would you say would be the hardest conversation you sometimes have to have with an actor that you genuinely care about?
hardest conversations that I've had with them is if they're not getting picked, if they're not getting chosen for auditions. So that means that we have to, I'm not going to drop you. You know what I
Right.
mean? I'm not going to drop you. I think it's just time to reinvent. It's time to reinforce. It's time to do something a little heavier. It's time to change your look. It's time to whatever. And then a lot of the hard conversations as well is where actors go from that transition where they still think they're 20 when they're actually 40.
Right. Right.
That's a hard conversation.
I bet.
And I'm like, Dad, I'm sorry to tell you, but you the mom
Your
now.
brain
Keep
start
it
talking.
living.
Start saying.
You the mom now. So that a lot of them can't accept that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
a very hard conversation when actors get older. They can't handle
Oh,
that. And
and
it's
we
so
can't handle it and without being an actor, so I can't
I
even
know.
imagine.
I know. So but everything with them is based on what they looks and how they started out and their headshots and I'm the babe or I'm the plucky teen or whatever. When they start getting older, they start going crazy.
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
So
Well,
yeah.
the business comes in season. One minute, the actor is riding high, auditions are coming in, callbacks are happening. Maybe they're booking all the time, and then suddenly, is my phone? Somebody gonna call? Somebody, you picking up hello, and then.
I did. Operate. Look.
Calling somebody. Did you call me? Did you call me?
Oh, no, look,
Did you
no.
call me? What would you say to the actor who is in that quiet season? Because I feel like it's a season for them.
It is. It
Yeah.
is.
What would you
It is.
say to him?
So it's like, okay, it's like sometimes you might have a season for 50 to 70-year-olds. It
Mhm.
might be 3 months like that, going strong, going riding high or whatever. You know what I mean? And then 3 months later, all of a sudden they want 20-year-old, Asian
Yeah.
people. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's like, it's you just have to wait for your turn. Wait for what's going on. Now, mind you, you have certain actors that for somehow, even during this climate, they
Mhm.
audition all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? and believe it or not, they're not even the highest earners. They're not even the series
Mhm.
regulars.
Mhm.
These are some, just people with really good looks.
Right.
And I'm not saying like good looking. I'm saying like just have a really good
Looking
look.
for that part. Right. Right.
Right, for that part. And then the casting director just actually just likes them a lot or whatever, that kind of a thing. And they have like this look that, trans whatever. But it just happens how it happens. But like none of us can predict what's going to go down. Like how the market is right now, it's terrible.
Yeah.
So it's like and like I said, you'll have like 2 great days, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. All of a sudden, I'm sitting there playing with a Rubik's cube. Hold
Yeah.
on.
You pay me. But
I'm like
okay,
this.
so I'm glad you brought that. I'm glad you brought that up because you mentioned how the industry is slow right now. So
Right,
I think everybody knows that right now.
right,
That's if you're serious about your craft, but
right.
what they don't realize, I'm trying to say this, pretty much in all interviews, so people can understand that it's not just you that's having the issue. Like it's if it's slow for you, that means what do you think it is for your agents and for for your casting directors? What do you say to people? Because I know people are like
Losing their
anxious
minds.
about it. Yeah.
Right. That's another thing that ledge thing I was talking about before. Yeah. I mean, if you're not working, that means I'm not working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm out there hustling, trying to find this, trying to find that, this and that, and third, trying to do things that I normally don't do or normally don't submit to. You know what I mean? Trying to find new platforms and doing this and that and the third. And, I don't want to do all that. I want to go back to the way it was,
Yeah.
just like how you want to get your auditions the way it was,
Right.
the way, that kind of a thing.
Right.
So it's the industry. It's just what's going on right now. So it was like that first year uh, when the writers went on strike, the actors went on strike, there was a threat of a strike, the fallout of a strike, and here we are, the
Right.
fallout of AI
Hmm.
and people Atlanta not being as busy as it used to be because people were outsourcing to different countries now and
Hmm.
all these things are going on and different things are happening. So we're the mecca, I mean even California, New York,
Yeah.
it's just everything is wonky and
Yeah.
up in the air and the industry is just not the same. And I'm just letting actors know, it's not you and
Right.
it's not
It's
me.
not it. It is. It's just is what it is right
It
now,
is
and
what
there's
it
nothing.
is.
Yeah, there's
Right,
nothing we can do about that.
right.
I
There's
get it.
nothing that we can do about this industry right now except just you know Playing with the
but
freaking,
but
playing with the,
it will turn around, and
hey,
then
we'll turn
yeah,
around.
and then you should be prepared for when that moment.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the big thing too. So like I said, a lot of actors are frustrated or whatever. Go learn how to ride a horse.
Hmm.
Go learn another language.
Hmm.
Go and harness those skills and go to acting classes. Go to multiple coaches. Find out what everybody's talking about. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
It's all the same. We're all searching for the truth, of course,
Right.
but sometimes actors different ways of getting there. Like one coach might teach this way and one coach takes that way, but oh, she spoke to me. Oh, but she didn't speak to me. But that was like, oh, but she spoke to me, but she didn't. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Go find your people, find your message, find your hustle. Go do verticals. Go have some fun.
Yeah.
That kind of a thing. Just don't
Don't
don't do what I'm doing, but go ahead and
don't do what I.
don't do what I'm doing right now, but go ahead and
Yeah.
find what it is that's going to beef up your resume and make you more desirable. This is your chance to do that because when it's like on, it's on. Because
Uh-huh.
I do anticipate the fire about to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen next year. But it's going to happen
Right.
because we are Atlanta and we have the best actors in the Southeast, in my
That's right.
opinion.
Hmm.
So it's going to happen. So you need to get prepared for that. So I love it when my actors are constantly, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, this is what's happening, I did this, da 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 da. And I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? I want to hear about this. I want to hear that you keep going, not that you just,
You just
sitting.
stopped. You just
Yeah,
stopped.
don't be sedentary. You know what I mean? Because that's a muscle, just like working out or anything like that. It's a muscle. You're gonna lose it if you don't take your ass out.
That, and I would also add that. Okay, if I were booking so much before, or things were popping and everything was all gravy, and then things have stopped, and we know that the industry is slow right now. What I would hate to have done is waste my opportunity during that space. So when I come back to that casting director, they see me as the same person as they saw me a year
And that was
a year
brilliant.
ago.
That was
Yeah,
brilliant what you just said. That was
yeah.
brilliant. And that's a lot. That's what I said. A lot of actors need to understand that
Mhm.
because they're not, they're like, oh yeah, we were on break, so we're gonna give you a break.
Right,
Bull. They're like, you better come back with the way you came, you know what I
mhm,
mean, or whatever you did before.
right.
The same Joe or the same Alice or whomever,
Mhm.
that kind of a thing. Because when they're ready to go, they're ready to go.
Right.
And the same thing with me being an agent. I don't care if you're rusty.
Hmm.
I don't,
Hmm.
because I expect the same performance that I've always,
Right.
unless you're going through something or whatever, and then I'll call you out on it and let you know
Right.
that what's going on with you. You need to take a couple steps back, or you need to retape this, or this wasn't right, or whatever, that kind of a thing. Because I know you by now, that
Yeah.
kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So I definitely see when the muscle's gone,
Yeah.
and then I definitely see when the muscle's right,
Hmm. Hmm.
because I'm paying attention. You know what I'm saying? So,
So I have two quirky kind of questions for you. Okay. So what is something an actor can say to their agent that immediately makes the agent stare at the phone like, now why would you ask me that?
can I see my submission report?
um,
I'm like, why would you ask me that? And I understand that a lot of agents do that.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I stopped doing that a very long time ago because I used to send them out. Sure, here's your submission report, whatever. But it it's a red flag for me when you're asking that.
Hmm.
That means you're probably shopping around for another agent. You're doubting my abilities. You want to know, and then the favorite thing that they say is, I just want to know what I'm being submitted for so I can, take notes of what it is. Shut up. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Well, would it be best if they just asked that question?
Right, just ask
Okay.
me and then say, you know what I mean? Instead of just, I don't like the clandestine talk. You know what I mean? I'd rather you talk to me freely and openly and tell me what's
Right.
going on.
Right.
I respect that in an actor more so than this, passive aggressive thing. But 9 times out of a 10, out of 10, the reason they're asking is because they are doubting themselves, and they're doubting what I'm doing that kind of a thing.
Mhm.
So it's like it's ancient Chinese secret, huh? You know what I mean? They're
Right,
like
right,
saying something that's like undercover, and
right.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I really don't like because
Well, just to hone it all in, it's probably best when you're working with you
right,
to, if you have any questions, if you have any doubts, whether it's yourself, doubts for yourself, or it's doubts from your agent, to just come out and just tell you or ask you or have that conversation instead
right,
of coming out, I want to see my report. You know what
right.
I mean?
Because
Because
I'm
it's
leaving in a month for real.
right.
I prayed about it.
Right.
That's the other thing I don't like. I prayed about it. And you know what I mean? That kind of a thing. I prayed about it. So, and I'm
Yeah.
sitting there like, we didn't even have this conversation.
Yeah.
Why did you even talk to me about this? Why didn't we have this discussion? It's very important that you communicate with your agent and let them know that you're having doubts about them, yourself, about the industry,
Right.
because there's a lot of things you just don't know about.
Yeah.
You know what I
It's the
mean?
approach. It's the approach
It's
how
the
it comes
approach,
across.
right? And
Yeah.
that's professional. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And I think that that avenue is the way in for them
Hmm.
when it's actually a pet peeve of mine because I just think that you should just come out and say what you mean and what you whatever.
Got it.
And if you want to leave, just say I want to leave. You ain't gonna do all that. We got to talk about all that. You know what I mean?
Right,
It
right.
just it goes too far. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I prayed about it. This, that, da, da, da. I'll let you know. I'm like, I will let you out your contract today. We're not going to do all this.
We're not going to do all that. And then sometimes you may be able to diffuse any of the doubts that they have or
Exactly.
stuff like that. So let's just talk about it
Let's talk about
before
it.
you
Oh,
already fix something in your brain
exactly. And
that
that's what
that might be going on. I
and
got
that
it.
drives me crazy because I'm
Yeah.
just like, I took a chance on you. You know what I mean? You're taking a chance on me. So this is like a partnership. So be my partner in this situation and talk to me about things.
Right, right,
Because I'm going to tell you in a second. And you know I'm going to tell you in a second when I have a problem with you.
right,
So, you know what I mean? Not necessarily a problem with me, but you have a problem with the process. You don't understand something. There's something that's not connecting. There's something, whatever. You're not getting called in by casting. Do we need to fix our pictures? Do we need to do this and that? You
right,
come to me with these things instead of just, whatever. It
right,
doesn't make any sense to me because we can fix it.
right, right,
Whatever it is, we can fix it. And actors drive me crazy because they, the greener pasture thing, you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
And let's try to fix it first. And if we don't fix it, we don't fix it.
right,
And you might do better with a better agent, and I'm fine with that. That's
yeah,
fine. But let's at least give ourselves that relationship, that partnership that we started out with, and give it a shot before after 3, 4, 6 months, you're
mhm,
like, you know what I
right.
mean? That
Right.
kind of
And not
thing.
necessarily like a better agent, but a different agent. Because some people just gel with other people
Oh,
better.
I said better?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I said, yeah, a different
Yeah.
agent. So
Mhm.
that's what I said. Like, the actors that are with me right now,
Yeah.
we gel, that
Hmm.
kind of a thing. Somebody with another agent, they gel,
They gel.
that
And
kind of a
it's
thing.
what it
So,
is.
and
Mm-hmm.
it's okay with
Hmm.
me all day long. Just go do whatever you got to do.
Right.
But you signed with me for a reason, and I signed you for a reason. So let's play with this partnership
Right.
until until it doesn't work anymore,
Right.
and then find out if you can get a better partnership. Not better. So I keep saying better. You get a partnership with someone else
Hmm.
that works for you,
Right.
that kind of a thing.
Right.
Because not every actor fits with every agent,
Right.
that
And
kind of a
and
thing.
not every and vice versa. Like
Not,
you both have to gel. You both
right,
have to gel. And
exactly.
it's okay.
And it's okay with me. That's what I
Yeah.
said. It's like I've dropped people before because we just didn't work.
Yeah.
Because I prayed about it. I don't know. You know what I mean?
He's so silly. Okay, so here's another. Which actor phrase raises your blood pressure faster? Did you submit me? Have you heard anything? Or why didn't I get that audition?
All of it.
All of
All that
okay.
drives me insane. Did you submit me? Yes. Why did I get the audition? I don't know. you know, what was the other question?
Have you heard anything?
You be the first to know. I promise. Like I'm gonna withhold information and keep it hostage from you. You know what I
Right.
mean? You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna like keep that information to myself. Like, oh my gosh, all of that drives me insane. I'm like, y'all, come on now.
Because like you said before, the fact of the matter is when you book that not only helps you, but that helps me too. So I'm trying to get you out there. So
I'm gonna withhold all that from you. I'm not gonna tell you anything. Like, I mean, that's the craziest nonsense I've ever heard, and they do it all the time. That's like my language.
yeah.
Sometimes, like I hear that at least 5 times a month.
But
More than that, I'm
I
actually
think
being generous.
it's the thing about patience and anxiety and things like that. Because I know, like, if I'm excited about something, and especially if I did something great, at least I think I
Oh
did
yeah,
great.
I get
You
it.
sitting there like you heard from you heard
Uh,
did you hear
I mean,
from him? Yeah,
totally understand it. I totally get it. I do. That's why I said I wouldn't have been doing this for so long if I didn't understand how their minds works.
yeah,
And I get it, you know what I
yeah,
mean? And I know you put your heart on the sleeve like that and you do your best work and you train, you know, pay for this, you do this, da da da, you go to classes, so and so. So I understand the effort,
mhm,
but you need to also understand the agent's effort of putting you out there like
right,
that.
right,
And we're invested in you as well. So we see, that's why I said I see the work. I
yeah,
understand, you know, what you've done, especially when I see improvement. You know what I mean? And I'll
right,
tell you, you know, that kind of a thing. But the thing is, it's like that drop the mic thing. You have to walk away. You
yeah,
just have to, you know. And I know that's hard to do, but you just have to walk away from it, just like I do,
yeah,
because I can't get too invested in these, you know, performances. Even though I know they're, you know, I'm like, oh my god, that was fantastic. You know
mhm,
what I mean? That kind of a thing. And I get invested in their performances, and I want to see them book. I want to see this happen. But I have to walk away as well. And the fun part is that when we'd moved on 5 different projects later and we go back to one, they booked it.
yeah.
And I'm like, what was that role now?
Uh,
You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's the fun part to me actually, is going back, and then they sometimes forget. They're
yeah,
like, "Oh, that was the one where I just did it," and I'm like, "Yeah," you know what I mean? And we're you know having fun all over again with it. But the best thing in that situation is to walk away. You have to, because you're gonna drive yourself insane.
yeah.
You will drive yourself insane.
And then I think also the moral to that question is to trust your agent.
Uh,
Did you submit me? If I knew that you were great enough for that role, if I knew you absolutely had a great reel, if I knew you da 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 da, of course I'm going to submit you. Have
correct.
you heard anything? Well, if they got back to me, I'm going to get back to you.
I'm
You know
not
what I
holding.
mean? So I'm just
Right.
saying, you just trust your agent. Is that what you would say as well?
That's very important. That's very important that you
Mhm.
trust your agent, whomever that person is.
Mhm.
Uh, you have to. Because like I said, they took you on, you
Mhm.
took them on. It's a partnership. So questioning that process, I understand that it's blind because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So you know it's very difficult to do that, especially new actors,
Yeah.
because a lot of times they're used to submitting themselves.
Yeah.
So when they bring on, you know, a partner, agent, or whatever, whomever, they don't quite understand the process. That's why I
Mhm.
said that going to classes and getting coaches and all that stuff is essential, because they introduce that language to the actor so they understand that you need to trust your agent.
Yeah.
So the minute that you don't, that's when you should start having those conversations, what we were speaking of,
Mhm.
that kind of a thing. But I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to do that, because we're not going to call you every second. We're not going to, you know, respond to every single email like in the time you want it,
Right.
because you know we're busy doing other things. We're trying to get you out there. We're trying to get other people out there. We're trying to do da,
Mhm.
da, 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 da. So you know, a lot of actors just get really deflated by the process. And then, I mean, I know it's a cliche, but it's a marathon.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
going to take some time for you to actually get where you need to be. You have to put those connections into the community, those connections into your profile, into your you know, your reel or whatever. You have to put those connections in with the casting director, connections in on set, connections in out. You know, you have to do all these things to make it work. It's a whole ball of stuff.
Yeah.
It's not just, oh, hey, yeah, I'm an actor, I'm gonna make it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like
Mm-hmm.
that. And a lot of actors, go with those notions, and when it doesn't happen, when they feel like it should, I mean, why are you thinking that? You know what I
Right.
mean? It's
Right.
not like that. It's not going to happen. I
Mm-hmm.
promise you.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're young, a lot of times, like the younger ones,
Mm-hmm.
they'll book even though they haven't had a whole lot of classes and things like that, because they're still that kind of a thing. So they'll book a lot faster than the adults will. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying that my adults don't, because I've had adults that come out the gate on their first audition and book something major.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like I said, we can't ever predict what's going to happen. We just don't know.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? All I know is to put a professional product out there for the casting directors, so the casting directors can send it to the powers that be
Mm-hmm.
and let it happen.
Yeah.
And I ask my questions, I do my pitching, I do whatever it is to make the casting directors' lives easier.
Mm-hmm.
And they need to understand that I do that.
Right.
I have to make the casting directors' lives easy too.
Right.
So I make their lives easier, and I give them everything, everything, everything. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
that's how it works.
Yeah. I love it. Now, we're going to get into some fun stuff in a minute. But one thing I wanted people to know, and I don't know how many of your actors actually know this.
Uh,
Gerra, Miss Agent herself, used to model.
uh, hold on.
Right. So before you start critiquing everybody else's headshots, tell us just a little bit about your modeling days and how that experience affects what you do now.
Um, I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be, but it just happens that way.
Mhm.
Um, like I was basically plucked off of a street to say, "You want a model?
Just
Sure,
sure.
I'll come down with y'all talking." You know what I mean? That kind of a thing. So yeah, I did a lot of catalog modeling when I was in Texas. Did a lot of runway stuff like that. It would be funny if somebody like actually found one of my pictures in one of these
Right.
old magazines. That they'll tell my age, and so don't find it. I was just like, but yeah, I did that. But yeah, it's just it affects a lot because I was always so hard on myself.
Mm.
I still am, you know what I mean? But I kind of just started that way, and then everything was da 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 that kind of a thing. But it has helped me look at actors a little bit harder, a
Yeah.
little bit different,
Mhm.
because I understand the experience that they're
Right.
going through. I
Mhm.
don't understand the acting experience per se, even though I did a
But
little.
you did teach acting at
I
one point in your life.
I did teach acting. I did teach acting. I did. I taught acting, commercial stuff or whatever, because I did a few commercials and things like that. But yes, I did. I taught more theater
Mhm.
to children and things like that. So because that's where I really kind of come from, really.
Mhm.
So that's what got me interested and had me actually like going in that direction. I mean, you remember
Yeah.
you come to, yeah. So but yeah, so I understand you guys a lot more than you think
Mhm.
I do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
understand you. So I have the patience because I was a performer. I didn't take it quite as seriously as you guys do, but I did take it seriously when I was at that job. Let me tell you
Right.
what. You know
Right.
what I mean? Let me tell
Right.
you what. So, but yeah, except that time when I was, eating sweets and stuff when I was supposed to. But I mean, it was, so did I
Yeah,
answer
but
your
I
question?
think it's important for people to know that because
Right,
especially the people that you already have on your roster,
right.
because that means that they can identify you on a different level. Like, okay, well, she does understand
I do.
what
I
I'm
honestly
going
do.
through.
That's why I have the patience because you know me. I have no patience.
Yeah.
None. You know
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Like Demille be like, press S. I be like, S.
Why is that to be so close to the T.
Flying out the window, you know what I mean? I have no patience. So for you guys have no idea how much I actually have patience with you guys.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
actually sit and I think and I,
Mhm.
meditate on what you're saying and I'll think about it and I'll call you, and it may not be the best response like you want.
Right.
I may not even say hi. I'd be like, now what's going on with you? You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? It might be like that, but don't get it twisted or don't think that I don't care. It's just we're getting to the point here.
We get into the
I'm
point.
listening to you. You know
Right.
what I mean? I don't have time for this other stuff. You know what I mean? That kind of a thing. But I understand you guys more than you think I do.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And speaking of understanding yourself, we're gonna play a little game.
Okay.
It's kind of like rapid fire, so you can't like super hesitate when you answer the
Oh
question.
man. Okay.
Okay. But are your brains talking again? So if you can't answer the question, let your brains answer the question. Okay. Okay, you ready?
Uh-huh.
Favorite movie of all times?
Gone with the wind.
Go do it. Okay, you can only keep one of these. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Gone with the Wind or every Prince album? She's a huge Prince and Prince. The Braves have to
uh,
talk.
uh, 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 all right, well, let me see. I think it's gonna have to be every Prince album.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
so Prince comes on at a party. Are you sitting down or are we about to see a side of Gerra the actors I've never seen before?
Oh my God in heaven. If Prince walked into the room,
uh,
I probably couldn't breathe.
yeah.
Look, it'd be like this. My braids would be like this.
The Braves be like, "Hi, Prince."
Hi, Prince, how you doing? I'll be sitting there like this with no expression.
No,
I, yeah, no, I wouldn't be able to handle that. I couldn't handle that. He's like my all-time. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
well, favorite Prince song, and you can only get one. Only one.
She's always in my head,
Okay.
my head.
Okay.
Whenever. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Here's one. This
Uh,
is the teenage Gerra.
oh Lord.
Michael J. Fox
Oh,
walks into the room. What happens?
teenage Gerra. Do you remember? Oh my God, I used to love Alex Keating. I used to love Alex P. Keating. Oh my God, yeah, I probably would have just been like, oh my God, you know what I mean? If I had braces or something, it'd be looking all stupid. But you know what I mean? I absolutely loved Michael J. Fox, Alex P. Keating when I was a kid.
Yeah,
That's
we
crazy to
watched.
remember that.
We watched
Family
Back to the
Ties.
Future about a billion times.
I know, and Family Ties. Was it Family Ties or Family something?
Wait,
Do
family.
what
Family
we
time.
do, baby, without us. Sha-na-na-na.
Okay,
It's
what
family
movie?
something.
What
Huh?
movie can you quote way too much of?
Oh, oh, that's a hard one. Cause I watch everything.
Uh-huh.
That's a hard one. I mean, I can quote the hell out of Law and Order.
Can you?
Yes.
Okay, give me just a
Oh
little bit.
no, no, don't do that. Okay, we're
Okay,
gonna go Gone with the Wind.
go with win. Okay, go ahead.
All right, hold on. Let me think. Oh my God. There's so many friggin' scenes and so many things going on right now with that one. I can't even pinpoint,
You want
I
to come
can't.
back to it? Let's come back to it. Your face. Okay. What song turns stern Agent Gerra into silly Gerra immediately?
Uh, welcome to the industry. I go nuts over that song. I love the industry song.
But that means y'all got to go back and listen to it at the
You gotta
beginning.
listen to it. Cause I'll be like, welcome to the industry. Whoa, I've been going crazy here on that song. I've been going crazy on that song. That song is wonderful. So please
I know
listen
she
to that.
calls me like I've been practicing my routines.
I don't know. I said I'm a dance for you. I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna do a whole routine to the song because I listen to it every single day. That song makes me so nuts. And there's another one that I like too. When we together, the party is true. Look at that, look at that, look at that
Oh.
smile. Everybody gathering around. Look at that, look at that, look at that shine. Everybody get around. That song I like to feel brand new. Ah, I like that.
Uh,
We come together like that's my. You know what I'm
okay.
talking about.
Yes.
Uh,
Who makes you laugh so hard you can't breathe?
you.
That's because
that,
we're silly.
that was easy.
That was
That,
easy.
that was easy. Nobody makes me laugh like you.
Oh.
Nobody makes me laugh like you.
Which one of us was more dramatic as a kid?
Me?
Mm, most definitely. Let me tell y'all. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell it.
Tell it.
When Gerra wanted to get me in trouble, she would do something to make her nose bleed. And then she would she would go and tell Mom, Jimmy hit me in my nose. I used to get in trouble all the time. It's just this dramatic way here. Okay, favorite superhero. Wonder Woman.
All the
Hey.
world is waiting for you and the magic that you do.
Oh, I got the right one.
Stop a bullet cold.
Okay. Wonder Woman walks in and says, Jerry, I need an agent. Are you signing her? Or more importantly, what career advice would you give Wonder Woman?
I'm going home with you. Where do you live at?
He begins to become a stalker.
I'll be in the bushes waiting on Wonder Woman to come outside. She
I'm
go
waiting
get some
for her
chicken.
invisible field to come down.
Where's your plane?
Where's your purse?
Can we go get some chicken, please?
Please.
Wonder Woman.
Okay, if she let you borrow her lasso of truth for one day at the Avery Agency, who are you using it on? An actor, a casting director, a producer, or your sister?
Oh, you always tell me the truth.
Uh-huh.
I can't think of who that would be. I always tell the truth, so I don't matter with that. That's like a waste of a lasso. Let me see. Um, I don't know. Probably Wonder Woman.
Oh, you're tied around her?
I'm tired around her because I need to know what she's talking about.
What
Because
you
everybody, because everybody else, they're going to be honest,
talking about?
whatever.
This is really a belt, right? This ain't no lasso.
Yeah, I'm tired around her. I want to know the secrets.
It's so silly. Okay, so one of the last questions.
Okay.
Finish the sentence.
Yeah, yeah.
Agent Gerra is stern, but Gerra Avery is
Stern.
stern. She is stern. She is.
Stern.
But there's so many sides of you, Gerra.
There is. I mean, it's like me as a person in general. I'm the same as being an agent. It's the same thing. You're gonna get the same thing. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And
Mhm.
like you said, stern is just one of those qualities because I'm like that in real life. Period.
Mhm.
But I'm also a very kind person.
Yeah.
I'm fair.
Yeah.
Um, um, I respect.
Yeah.
I respect people, but I have to be respected. That's that stern thing coming back in again.
Right.
But there's but I do have a big heart. I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
I don't like it all the time, but I wouldn't be in this business if I didn't.
Right. Right.
You have to have kind of a big heart to even deal with the things that agents do deal with.
But you have to
Um,
protect it though.
of course, there's that stern thing again.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't even know if the stern thing kicks in to protect your heart. I think it's more so just protecting my values, my space, my time, that kind of a thing. I have to protect those things because actors will bleed you dry if you let them.
Yeah.
And I don't want that to happen. You know what I mean? Because you guys, you need to respect your space, your time. You value your stuff too.
Yeah.
So you do that, you're gonna understand. And then there's a lot of times, like I said, like in general, actors just don't see agents as being human.
Yeah.
And that's the protection thing that has to come in. Like, whoa, wait a minute.
Right.
I am a human being here.
Right.
It's not all about you
Right.
because it's about us.
Right.
It's about what we're going to do.
Right.
It's about, me guiding you. It's about me protecting you. But don't get it twisted.
Hmm.
I'm going to guide and protect myself as well and the agency.
Right.
So you need to respect that as well. So that kind of a thing. So yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of sides, and everybody sees how stupid I am and all that groovy stuff, but don't get it twisted.
Hmm. I love it. And you know what? I think today people get a chance to see something they don't always see, the person behind the agent. Yes, you're tough. Yes, you have high expectations. And yes, you can give a look that will straighten somebody up in a heartbeat without
Right,
saying a single word. But behind all of that is someone who genuinely cares about the actors and fights for them and celebrates them, hurts with them, and wants to see them succeed, not in just in this business, but how to navigate it. So
right.
I just want to tell you personally, I'm proud of what you've become. I'm proud of what we built with the Avery Agency. But today I am especially proud that people got a chance to know you a little bit more about you.
Well, I appreciate that, newlywed.
Yeah.
What? What's that movie? Central Intelligence that we like.
What
What?
what?
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. My sister got married. I still can't believe
You
it.
still can't believe it. Your sister can't believe it.
So I cannot believe it. She was so beautiful. I still can't
Oh.
believe it. She's so beautiful. So I had a whole lot of fun. Let me tell you what.
Yeah.
I had to get shushed by my auntie a couple times. I had to be like get some looks like Gerra a couple times. I was like, what?
But all in all, you had a good time, and I was so
Yeah,
happy
yeah.
to have you there. But
Yeah. Anytime.
no, but thank you so much for sitting down with me and my partner, my sister. I love you so much. And everyone that's watching, remember, keep learning, keep growing, and keep showing up. Thank you so much, Jera.
Oh, well, thank you. Love you.
I love you too. All right, this is Demia Avery. I see you, we see you, and it's great to be seen. Until next time. Bye
Okay,
bye.
bye bye.